Woke up to big news in the real estate world.
Big
Realogy, their $400 million Cartus deal is falling apart. Realogy is suing Madison Dearborn Partners and Serva Worldwide to enforce the terms of the previously announced deal to sell Cartus Relocation Services branch. You know what's interesting, Nicole?
What is?
As soon as you sent me this article this morning.
Yep.
And I went over, right when the market opened, I went over and took a look at the Realogy stock just to see how investors were responding to this news. And right now we're sitting here at 10:30 Tuesday morning as this news broke today, East Coast time. Well, East Coast kind of runs the time, you know.
Well,
if
but
you
anyway.
notice, the stock market opens
I don't watch the stock market.
here on the East Coast, and you know, it's like 6 a.m. on the West Coast when it opens. So everybody revolves around here, the East Coast. Sorry, West Coasters. I love you guys. But Realogy was up almost 20%. Right now, I'm watching them right now. They're up 19% since this news broke today about their lawsuit to try to hold their deal together. Basically, here's what happened.
Do you think it's because of the lawsuit?
I certainly do. I mean, Realogy stock hasn't performed well since all of this kind of happened and stocks took a hit in, say, mid-March. They haven't really recovered. You have seen other companies' stocks rebound significantly where Realogy has not, right? Realogy at one point, they went all the way down to $2.29.
Did you snag any?
No, I was too scared. I'm like, you know what?
Scared?
Realogy, they're I don't know. I was
$2.
scared. They have a lot of debt. They have lots of debt.
Well,
now they're up over 20%
that was the main reason
today.
for them selling off Cartus, was to get rid of some of their debt, put it back into their business.
Yeah, that's correct. It was going to bring them $400 million in this deal. I believe $375 million was cash up front. So a quick cash infusion, which is why they want to hold this closing together. And then $25 million was in deferred payments. Realogy strongly believes, some people, I say Realogy, some people say Realogy.
I've never heard of Realogy.
Yeah,
I worked for Realogy. No one ever said Realogy.
Realogy. I think it's Realogy. Strongly believes that all conditions to closing of the transaction have been and continue to be satisfied, and that MDP, which is Madison Dearborn Partners, and Serva have made false claims in an attempt to avoid their obligations under the purchase agreement in light of broad-based economic uncertainties due to the global COVID-19 pandemic, the company said in a statement. So Realogy is basically stating that the sale is not happening because they're blaming the pandemic. They're using that as an excuse not to follow through on this deal. Realogy said they have satisfied all of the closing conditions.
Well, and it just happened. Like, there's just to get all their financials over on the 24th, and then there was just a close like tomorrow.
And Serva allegedly told Realogy that it believes not all closing conditions have been satisfied or will be satisfied. So they're predicting that these conditions won't even be satisfied by the April 30 termination date set under the purchase agreement. So we're not even at April 30 yet, but Serva wants out of this deal and is saying that they're going to have the right to get out of this deal. Don't know what will happen. Obviously, this will go through the court systems, which this deal could be delayed for quite some time, right?
Quite some time, yeah.
Quite some time with, I don't know how quickly they'll get that.
Courts are open? Are they open? Are they?
I don't know if they're open for this Realogy Serva dispute, but obviously this will go to court. But it's interesting. I don't know the answer to this. I would be guessing if I threw anything out there, but it is very interesting that the stock is taking off today. I'm going to hit refresh again. They're over 20% now, Nicole. 21%, $4.42.
It's probably because you're talking about it.
Must be. Nobody's listening.
Nobody's watching us yet.
But you could have picked up Realogy stock at $2.29 just less than 30 days ago. And today they're sitting at $4.42, a 21% jump since this news hit. Don't know what that means, but if you did buy in the twos.
I have no idea what it means.
Yeah, you just did a double up. That's what it means if you bought in at the $2 mark, $2.29 mark. And you're doing the Macarena right now if you bought into Realogy.
Is that what you do when you celebrate?
I do the Macarena. That's
do you
right.
know what
That could be a
is?
TikTok video.
Do you
the
know?
Macarena?
Yeah.
Right?
You do.
Look at this. Look
wow.
at this. I've got it. Hips,
I'm
And then you
impressed.
did a little-
Oh, Lord.
Little Macarena for you here on The Real Word. All right, that's racket number one. We'll follow that story. Don't know what it means, just being honest. Don't know what it means. Don't know why the
we
stock
don't
took
even know
off.
if it means that maybe their financials weren't good and Serva didn't want to follow through. I mean,
Right, why did Serva back out? Did they see something in this deal that didn't look appealing anymore? That's what I'm assuming.
or it could just be like most buyers and sellers these days. They're just getting cold flipping feet.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think as we're learning as we get sort of further through this pandemic to make any crazy decisions like this quickly in this time is never a good idea. I feel like the amount of people that made crazy rash choices at the beginning are now sort of regretting them at the end. So
Cash is king right now. They probably
it'll
want
be
that
interesting.
$375
Maybe.
in their pocket, in their bank account.